Hello, welcome to my video on bottom-up parsing. So what I'll be going over today is basically a left-right parsing in the bottom-up parsing family, if you will. So here I have my, state diagram, and here I have my input to parse. And I'm just going to briefly walk through how this works. No major big deal here, but first I'm going to just clarify a few things just to make sure we have an understanding of what's going on. So we're going to be doing, like I say, bottom-up parsing. And bottom-up parsing, it takes an input stream of tokens and develops a list of productions used to build a parse tree, but the productions are discovered in reverse order of a top-down parser. And so like a table-driven predictive parser, bottom-up parser makes use of a stack to keep track of the position in the parsing table and determine on what you do next. So there's basically like 3 different steps you take when you're doing this. A shift reduce parser proceeds by taking 3 actions at each step. You got the reduce, you got the shift, and you have error. So if you can't reduce or if you can't shift, then and you've conclusively determined the next token in the input can't form a valid sentence, then you have an error. Okay, so let's go ahead and run through this really quickly, see what we have going on. So these are our reduce rules here, and this is our handle. So this is called a handle. What's found to the right of the arrow is a handle. So these are my handles here on the right. And we start this stack off with this input stream, and we're going to parse it. So basically we start with the 1, and if we have a 1 here and we have an A here, we're going to look into our table, and when we see 1 and A, that means shift 2. So our action is going to be shift 2. So we're going to go ahead and shift the 2 onto the stack. But first we're going to shift A from the input onto the stack first. So now on the stack we have A and we have 2. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to look at 2 and this B right here. Okay, so if we go to 2 and we see the B, that's the shift 4, which we have in the action table here. So we're going to go ahead and shift this B onto the stack first, then the 4 goes second. The input will be shifted onto the stack first, and then the shift number goes on after that. And we're just going to keep parsing until we get to this reduce right here. So now we have 4 and we have B. So we have 4 and B, which is a reduce 3, right? So what this says is that our handle is B. So wherever we have a B, we're going to replace that with a capital A. So if we look here, we have a B. This is going to get replaced with a capital A, as it did right here. That A is now capital. And now what we're going to do is look to the left of this capital letter, and we see this 2 right here. And so that's going to tell us to go to the go-to table to do what's next. So if we go to 2A in the go-to table, here's our 2, here's A. It says go to 3. So we put 2A in our action table, and we put the 3 on the stack because that's what the go-to table told us to do. Okay, and we move forward. So now we have 3B, and if we look in our diagram here, 3B is shift 6. So we're going to shift this B onto the stack and then shift the 6 on after. Then we have 6C. 6C brings us to a shift 7. So we're going to shift this C on the stack and this 7. So now we're here. Okay, there's our C7. And now we have 7B. 7B is going to be a reduce 2. And our rule for reducing 2, here's our handle, ABC, turns to capital A. Okay, and because we're doing left to right parsing, that means everything that's found to the right of this A must go away until we reach our handle, which is ABC. So here's our A, there's our B, and here's our C. So all of this is going to turn, everything's going to turn into one capital A, which we have here. And then we have 2A, which will tell us to go to the go-to table and find what's next. So 2A gives us go to 3. Yeah, so there's our 2A and there's our 3. And you keep on repeating this process, and as you repeat the process, you're going to eventually get down to the token that says accept. That's basically how you do this left to right parsing. That's the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.